Once upon a time, there was a young monk named Hayato who lived in a monastery hidden among the mountains. Although he was diligent and full of goodwill, Hayato often found himself fighting against his own thoughts and emotions. He spent hours sitting in the meditation room, trying to reach inner peace, but his heart and mind seemed to rebel. Every time he closed his eyes and tried to calm down, a wave of thoughts assaulted him, taking him away like an impetuous stream that drags branches and leaves. Frustrated and discouraged, one day, Hayato decided to ask his master, an old monk named Tenzin, known for his wisdom and serenity. "Master," said Hayato, bowing down deeply, "every time I try to meditate, my mind wavers like a river at full speed. The more I try to calm down, the more it seems to me that my thoughts are multiplying. How can I reach peace when every thought is like a rock that disturbs the waters of my mind? Every time a thought arises, it is as if my tranquility was swept away." Master Tenzin listened patiently, then remained silent for a long time, looking at the young man with eyes full of compassion. "Hayato," he finally said, "there is a place I would like to show you. Come with me." The two left the monastery and walked along a path that crossed the forest. The early morning sun filtered through the leaves of the trees, creating plays of light and shadow on the ground, while the wind blew lightly, bringing with it the fresh scent of nature. After walking for a while, they reached a small stream hidden among the rocks. The water flowed gently, creating a relaxing sound, while it whirled around the pebbles and stones. "Look at this stream, Hayato," said the master in a calm tone. "What do you see?" Hayato knelt down near the shore and watched carefully. The water was crystal clear, and despite the presence of many rocks and stones, it seemed to flow without difficulty. It moved around the obstacles, created small waterfalls, and continued its path without ever stopping. Even when a larger rock blocked its way, the water calmly surrounded it, adapting to its shape and continuing its journey. "I see a stream flowing," Hayato replied, "and despite the rocks and obstacles, it continues to move without stopping." "Exactly," said the master, nodding. "Just like your mind." Hayato nodded, confused. "I don't understand, master. My mind is not like this stream. Every thought is like a rock that blocks me. I can't flow like this water does." Master Tenzin smiled gently. "This is because you are trying to fight your thoughts instead of letting them flow. Look at the stream again. What does the water do when it meets a rock?" Hayato watched more carefully. The water did not stop, did not rebel. It simply turned it. Sometimes it created a small vortex, sometimes it slowed down, but always, without hesitation, it continued to flow. "The water adapts," he murmured. "It always finds a way to turn the obstacles, but it never stops moving." "Exactly," said Master Tenzin. "You should do the same with your thoughts. Your mind is like a stream, and thoughts are like rocks. If you focus too much on each rock, you get stuck. But if, like water, you learn to flow around them, not to resist and not to try to eliminate them, you will discover that even the heaviest thoughts lose their power. Water does not fight with rocks, does not try to cut them down. It welcomes them as part of its path and continues to flow. You should do the same. Let your thoughts emerge and then let them go." Hayato remained to reflect on the words of the master. Watching how the water moved around, he had obstacles. For the first time, he understood that the problem was not the thoughts themselves, but the way he faced them. Every time a thought emerged during meditation, he clung to it, trying to get rid of it or understand it. But the more he tried to control it, the more the thought grew and became rooted. "Master," he finally said, "so I must not try to free myself from my thoughts." "No, Hayato," the master replied. You must not free yourself from anything. Thoughts are like rocks in the stream. They are part of your mind. They will always be there, but they must not stop the flow of your consciousness. When a thought emerges, do not judge it, do not cling to it, but simply observe it. Let it pass, like a leaf carried by the current. Hayato slowly annoyed. Master Tenzin shrugged, picked up a pebble, and threw it into the stream. Observe, he said. The pebble falls into the water, creating small waves that disperse quickly. The water trembled for a moment, then it flowed back quietly. This is your mind. When a thought arises, it creates entanglement. But if you let it go without holding it, your mind will soon return to calm. The young monk remained silent, savoring the understanding that was being born within him. So, every thought is just a passing wave. It is not the thought that disturbs me, but the fact that I cling to it. Exactly, said Tenzin. As the stream does not stop for every pebble, so you too should learn not to stop for every thought. Let your consciousness flow free and serene, like the water that finds its way through the rocks. Hayato remained next to the stream for a long time after the master left, observing how the water flowed quietly, without ever stopping, without ever fighting. Since that day, every time he meditated and felt thoughts emerge, he remembered the stream and the words of the master. Instead of fighting against his thoughts, he let them go, like the water that flows around the rocks. And little by little, he found the serenity he had been looking for so much. Moral: our mind is like a stream. Thoughts are just pebbles along the way. If we face them with resistance, they block our flow. But if we welcome them without opposing, learning to let them go, our consciousness will flow free and serene. The key is not to eliminate thoughts, but to accept them and continue to flow as the water does.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope it will positively enrich your life. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and join our Mind in Evolution channel for more content like this. See you soon in the next episode.